Hey, it's Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. You know, I've reviewed 8 beers from the Henniker Brewing Company of Henniker, New Hampshire, and today I'm reviewing their anniversary beer. This is their 2015 Company, and it is a Belgian-style quad. Comes in with an alcohol by volume of 10.5% ABV. Henniker Brewing's been open a couple of years. They are owned by a friend of mine who is a former New Hampshire state senator who also has a very long business history, and they've done quite well in the last year or two that they've been open, and recently just expanded their distribution area outside of New Hampshire. And so I think this is a company that has a lot of interesting things still ahead of it. So I figured I would celebrate their anniversary by doing a beer review of their anniversary beer. So why not? Now, I was going to pour it into one of my Henniker glasses. I got a couple of Henniker glasses, but a Belgian-style quad goes into a glass more like this rather than a pint glass. Well, I mean, depends on how geeky you want to get when it comes to pouring beer, but that's my preference, is to put a Belgian quad into a glass like this. So, there we go. Give it a pour. I like this glass. I picked it up on clearance. I like this sort of neat little design at the bottom. It's a stem glass. So anyway, taking a look at this beer. Well, I'm getting a nice copper amber color, decent dark amber chestnut sort of color, with a modest little head up top. This would probably be best served at around 50 degrees. My guess is I'm serving it in the 45 range, so we'll see. But anyway, one interesting thing about this beer I forgot to mention is that it's cured with white rum from a distillery that is in New Hampshire, the Flag Distillery of Lee, New Hampshire. Lee is over toward the Maine border, somewhat, not quite there, but from where I live, I could get to Lee in about, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe not quite that long. But anyway, so they're using rum from New Hampshire, and the beer is brewed in New Hampshire, so why not, celebrate a couple of local people that deal with liquor in general. So let's get back to the review. You know, the aroma is kind of on the subtle side. I'm not getting anything really in my face, nothing really big and vibrant, but what I'm getting is still very nice and subtle. So nothing big and vibrant, nice and subtle. Well, maybe I'm sounding contradictory, but I'm getting a nice sweetness in this, getting a kind of a malt character, a pale malt character, a little bit of the caramel as well. It's over 10% ABV, so I'm not picking up any booze, which I kind of like. When I'm drinking a quad, you know, quads can be kind of on the boozy side, and this is a quad, so I'm not picking up a whole lot of booze, considering this bottle came out in January of 2015. Touch of fruitiness here. Sort of a nice little fruity zinginess going on as well. So it's got a nice aroma, subtle, but it's different than what you might expect from a regular everyday beer. It has a nice kind of pleasant, malty and fruity and sugary aroma. So let's get into the drinking of it. Body is a nice body. I like the body on this beer. The mouthfeel, I don't like the word mouthfeel for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, the body or texture of this beer falls into medium to better than medium. I wouldn't call it really, really full, but it has definitely got some oomph to it, you know? But then again, maybe I'm too picky on that, but it does have a definite, you know, thickness to the body on this. Now the taste, you know, a lot of quads can come across as really boozy, and I already mentioned that I'm not really picking up much in the booze range on this beer, but I am definitely getting a real nice sweetness on the malts, a caramel malt character, a very pleasant toasted biscuit Belgian style character with that Belgian yeast strain thrown in. There's this nice little finish. Lingers just a little bit at the end of the palate. It's not a long lingering beer, but it's a real mild bitterness. I mean, really subtle bitterness. Just enough to make a, you know, it's a slight bit of bitterness, but it's really more, the emphasis is more on the malts and the fruit character. And it just kind of warms the innards. And here I am reviewing this beer on a day I'm about to get another 16 to 18 inches of snow in my backyard after more than 60 inches of snow just over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So this is one of those kind of beers that really warms me up and helps me face the upcoming snowstorm, head on, But it's a nice beer. I'm liking this beer. It definitely doesn't have the same kind of boldness or boozy boldness that a lot of quads can have. This actually tastes more like an aged quad. It brings up the malt character more so. And a lot of quads, if you do let them sit for a bit, they tend to mellow out a little bit. They tend to bring out the malt character more so. And this almost feels like it's kind of it's been sitting for a little bit. And, it is a January 2015 bottling date. But I'm not sure how long it's been sitting, at the brewery waiting to be bottled. So it may have been sitting for just a bit. Now, at the same time, something just kind of came to me just now. This is done with rum, distilled in New Hampshire. So I am picking up a slight liquor base as well, but I'm not getting a real booziness. Rum is not one of I do like some liquors. I do kind of like whiskeys. I like Scotch. I like bourbon. And rum is kind of one of those I don't have too often. So I don't know if I can really distinguish that or not. You can criticize me if you want. If you're a rum fan, you might pick it up more than I do. But there's definitely kind of a slight liquor character going on as well with all those sweet malts and this mild bitterness and this toasted character and this fruity character. It's really got a lot of interesting things going on in this beer. So, congratulations to Henniker for entering another year of brewing. And I really hope they have lots of successes ahead. So that'll do it for today. This is the Henniker Brewing Company 2015 anniversary beer. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.